Hello, my filmy fashionable friends. I'm Tass and I discuss fashion, films, and culture from the Indian subcontinent on my channel. And today we are discussing a character from a Bollywood film who has attained cult-level status and fandom. The film is from 2001, so the dawn of the 21st century. It is Karan Johar's Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham, and the character is Pooja Sharma, or Pooh, played by Kareena Kapoor. And while the film has many iconic moments, songs, and dialogues, it is Pooh and her wardrobe that remains the most memeable and relevant. And a major reason for this is because fashion is cyclical. Pooh's Y2K fashion and aesthetic is still referenced today, despite the film being well over 20 years old. To put this into perspective, at the time when the film was released, there were no social media apps as we know it today. Google just launched a few years before. Facebook and YouTube would only launch a few years later, yet Pooh is still considered cool and fashion forward. Kareena Kapoor was around 20 to 21 years old when she played this character. It was only a year into her acting career when K3G was released. She is now 44 years old, and despite having a long and successful career, Pooh remains one of her most referenced and adored characters. And after she played Pooh, other filmmakers wanted to recreate the magic of this character for Kareena with similar roles in other films like these, but to no success. Why is this the case? On the surface, Pooh seems to be a mean girl and shallow. How is it that she captured the hearts of so many women and young girls? Why are we still inspired by her makeup and her wardrobe? In this video, I'm going to do a deep dive into the character of Pooh and how the character attained a cult-level fandom. Also, a love of fashion and style was integral to Pooh's personality. Her wardrobe was the epitome of the Y2K aesthetic of the time. What would have inspired Pooh to dress the way that she did? What magazines, films, and music would she have consumed? What was trendy during the early 2000s? Also, I want to rate my top 5 looks on Pooh. There is a lot to discuss, so let's get into it. Pooja Sharma is the younger sister of Anjali Sharma in K3G. When we meet her as a child in Chandni Chowk, she is essentially a bully. From these scenes, we realize that Pooh was interested in her outward appearance even as a child. When we meet her, she's brushing her hair and she makes sure that someone is holding up the mirror for her. When she tries to bully Rohan again, but on his turf at his school, she becomes the one that is bullied for her hair and for the fact that she is from Chandni Chowk. You feel for this little girl. Later, we see them become friends after he says sorry to her and gives her a quick peck on the cheek. We even see her waving goodbye to Laddu as he drives off to boarding school. So really, Pooh as a character always had depth. 10 years later, after the family relocates to London, we learn that Pooja Sharma became Pooh. She has fully embraced her new life in the West. She relocated with Anjali and Rahul as a child, so most of her teen years would have been in the West, and as a result, her style, her values, her language, and of course her name reflects her new, more Western identity. Anjali serves as an alternate version to Pooh in the K3G microcosm, being the older sister who remains deeply connected to her Indian culture. Pooh's introductory scene speaks volumes about her. She is the center of attention. Pooh's background song is very significant for her character, and I absolutely loved this song choice, and I am not the only one. The song, titled It's Raining Men, is originally by a group called the Weather Girls, but K3G uses the updated version released in 2001 by British pop singer Geri Halliwell. The song was a major hit in 2001, peaking at #1 in the United Kingdom. Karan Johar was actually sued in a UK court for using the song in the film without obtaining permission to do so. I don't understand why they thought they could get away with this. It was the biggest song of the year. Geri Halliwell was a part of the British girl band phenomenon, the Spice Girls. The Spice Girls rose to fame during the 90s, ultimately breaking up when Geri left the group in 1998. The Spice Girls were bold and confident and endorsed girl power. They were major trailblazers for the Y2K fashion to come. Pooh would have grown up in London at the time when the Spice Girls were the biggest pop group in the world. It would make sense that Pooh would be influenced by and listen to a song by a former member of the British pop group. Also, the song is about men, tall, lean, and good-looking. In later scenes, we see Pooh talk about her criteria for a prom date: a guy with good looks, and good looks. This song was the perfect mix of fun, flamboyance, and flirtiness to introduce this character in 2001. Pooh's introductory scene showcases her overwhelming interest in beauty and fashion. She has stacks of fashion magazines like Vogue and Harper's Bazaar. She uses a face mask. She heat styles her hair with rollers. You see her apply eyeliner and lip gloss while putting on her outfit for the day. This is a normal day for her, not a graduation or a special event. After she is dressed in a leather miniskirt with a slit, backless pink sequin strappy top, and a pink baguette bag, she looks into the mirror and says the famous lines, "How dare you? You have no right to look this beautiful. Not fair." Pooh's sassy dialogues are a major part of her appeal. Be it whatever, gym class today, attitude her, or tell me how it was, Pooh has an array of taglines that are immediately recognizable to the Bollywood audience. Kareena Kapoor was so good in her comedic timing in this film. She never became cringeworthy in this portrayal, but became more lovable, which was a feat. Kareena shared that director Karan Johar was really responsible for a lot of Pooh's charm, acting out scenes and showing her how he wanted her to perform them. Despite her character being very over the top, Pooh is not a one-note character. Yes, there are aspects that did not age well for the character. For example, her being mean to a girl for repeating an outfit. But there's also a remarkable depth to Pooh as the film proceeds. Firstly, her self-confidence is aspirational, guys. Be it wearing 2 different heels and acting like it's normal, couture even, being openly rejected by the man she has a crush on many times, or constantly being berated by her family for her fashion choices, Pooh simply did not care about anyone's opinion other than her own. And I think that for women, it's a major part of her appeal. In a world where women typically put other people's feelings before their own, seeing a character be so comically confident in herself was liberating. Also, she is the one who rates guys at her college, something that men usually do. I mean, that was literally the reason why Facebook was created at Harvard by Mark Zuckerberg. So this was an unexpected turn for a female character in a Bollywood film. Secondly, she is unapologetically herself. Through her clothing and her witty banter, Pooh thrives when she expresses herself. She is not afraid to challenge anyone, including her brother-in-law or her older sister Anjali, about her fashion choices or decisions that they make. She is the opposite of what many South Asian or conservative families want in daughters, meaning being agreeable, obedient, or just quiet. She is the antithesis of that. And finally, Pooh exhibits empathy. We must remember that Pooh is the one who actively helps Rohan infiltrate the family in his attempt to bring everyone together. Without her, there would be no K3G. She is the one who challenges Rahul and cleverly manipulates Anjali into letting Rohan stay with them. In this scene, the audience realizes that she has a remarkable grasp on the challenges and the emotional reality that the family faces. The isolation, the loneliness, the lack of support, and the longing for home. Without these scenes, Pooh would have been a very one-dimensional character. But with them, we realize there is much more to her. In an article for First Post Online, Pooh's appeal was set out perfectly. Karan Johar, the director, was careful not to reduce her, Pooh, to a trope. As big as she is on self-love, Johar roots her firmly within the family structure and the larger plot. She helps further the film's central narrative, is instrumental in several emotional scenes, and ably plays her part in bringing together an estranged family. If you watch closely, Johar has ensured that Anjali and Pooh feel like sisters, even if they do not look like it. Kareena's Pooh is just the anglicized version of Kajol's earthy Anjali, a loud and proud Chandni Chowk Mohalla girl. They are both over the top and carefully tread the thin line between annoying and lovable, never once crossing it. Other than Johar's meticulous direction and Kareena's fabulous portrayal, what is also striking about Pooh is how she espoused unadulterated self-love and never took herself too seriously in a culture that loves to put women on a pedestal and glorify them as givers and nurturers. We love to show our women in relation to men as their mother, sister, wife, relative, friend, or love interest. Pooh was a lot of it too, but before any of it, she was herself, without apology. K3G has managed to create a peerless legacy. It has given hours of wholesome entertainment to countless cinephiles. Its songs still blare from speakers at weddings, and tailors and designers still get asked to make Kareena's Bole Churia dress. But the true legacy of K3G lies in creating Pooh, a woman who dared to be anyone unlike we had ever seen. Someone who mistakenly wears 2 different sandals to a party and when pointed at calls it haute couture. Now that we have delved into Pooh's character, I want to discuss another major part of her appeal for the Bollywood audience, her killer Fashion sense. Pooh is a product of the trends of the early 2000s. She embodies the Y2K aesthetic. Because Pooh was raised and influenced by the West, I'm going to discuss the Western trends that are in fact more relevant to her. The term Y2K means year 2000. The abbreviation Y2K was coined by a computer programmer in describing potential computer errors or bugs that were theorized to occur in the year 2000. As the year 2000 approached, many believed that various systems would not interpret the year correctly, causing a major glitch. In the end, there were very few problems, and ultimately many dismissed the Y2K bug as a hoax or doomsday end-of-the-world panic as a result of the year 2000 approaching. But the abbreviation stuck, with the Y2K aesthetic encompassing fashion, decor, music, and furniture. The Y2K aesthetic era spanned from the late 90s to around 2004. Classic Y2K movies from Hollywood included Bring It On and Legally Blonde. There was more content on American television depicting independent women at this time. Sex and the City was really at the height of its popularity during this era. K3G released in 2001, and the costume designer of the film, Manish Malhotra, and director Karan Johar successfully styled Pooh, making her very much at home amongst the trendy 2000s crowd of the West. But what exactly is the Y2K aesthetic? Y2K aesthetic is technology-based with futuristic looks. The aesthetic signals an optimism for the future. It was the turn of the millennium and the future was on everyone's mind. The tech advances were also rolling out quick. In the year 2000, iPods, hybrid cars, and camera phones were introduced. Even in K3G, there are references to the new technology of the time. With this aesthetic, there was a want to envision what the future would look like in the 21st century, and every aspect of popular culture wanted to meet that vision. For example, in the year 2000, Britney Spears dropped the song Oops, I Did It Again. The aesthetic is futuristic and space-themed. In the video, Britney wears a red latex jumpsuit while performing on Mars, singing to an astronaut that has fallen in love with her. Futuristic technology is referenced throughout the video. That is on purpose. The Y2K aesthetic is also quite colorful and incorporated chrome and metallic hues. Also think black and white, vivid orange, pink, icy blue, green, and metallic silvers. Sometimes these bold hues were blended with soft pastels for a more balanced design. In Pooh's wardrobe, we see all these colors. We also see this with Rohan and his outfits. It's also noteworthy that Rahul and Anjali's home has elements of Y2K decor. The interior designs of the Y2K era were characterized by maximalist, futuristic elements. This included flashy metallics or chrome accent pieces, uniquely styled furniture, and bright bold colors from red to lime green and lavender. All these elements are found in Rahul and Anjali's home and in portraying their lifestyle. Y2K fashion mirrored and responded to the uncertainty, fear, optimism, and novelty of the times, with a can't stop me now attitude and a carefree futuristic retro vibe. The colors were bright and bold. The textures were metallic and shiny. The silhouettes were skin-bearing and curve-hugging. Low-rise jeans, crop tops, and visible G-strings were designed to turn heads, and it bags were obsessed over, as were sexy pumps, ballet flats, strappy sandals, and kitten-heeled mules, chunky sneakers, pointy-toed boots, and towering platform soles too. So there are many facets of Y2K fashion, but I want to specifically discuss those that we see on Pooh. Number 1, baguette bags. This petite, elongated handbag shape was extremely popular during the Y2K era. Its lore began with the iconic baguette bag by Fendi that was released in 1997. While the baguette was not well known for the first 3 years it was available, in 2000 that changed when Sex and the City's fashionista Carrie uttered the words, "This is not a bag, this is a baguette." In fact, the stylist of the show, Patricia Fields, and the actresses on Sex and the City played a major role in why this shape of handbag became so popular in the early 2000s. The base design may be simple, but designers put their own personal spins on the basic design with fun prints, colors, and embellishments. Pink bag that Pooh wears in what is possibly her most iconic look, but it's not difficult to find bags that look similar to this. The shape was the it bag of the Y2K era. I think I spotted her wearing a black Fendi baguette here and a red Vivienne Westwood baguette in the You Are My Sonia song. I can't be sure because there's no confirmation, but it really looks like it to me. Number 2, sunglasses. In K3G, we see Pooh and Rohan wear an array of sunglasses that matched their outfits. Also, these sunglasses had certain futuristic looks, with some more rectangular in shape. Pooh has pink sunglasses to match her pink outfits, blue to match her blue outfits, lavender to match her lavender outfits. The Y2K era saw sunglasses in bright colors, shiny metallics that embodied the futuristic aesthetic of the time. Number 3. Showing skin and skin tight. Low-rise jeans and pants, halter tops, mini skirts, asymmetrical tops and hemlines, crop tops, one-shoulder tops, and distressed jeans were all the rage during the Y2K era. Pooh wore many of them in K3G. For most of the film, she is seen in halter tops and backless strappy crop tops, a Y2K staple. In this context, we have to discuss the crop top. In the Y2K era in general, most tops were cropped and it depended on your preference how short they were. The most common was that it covered the belly button or stopped right above it. The shortest version was basically a bralette. A major part of the discussion around Pooh's fashion in the film by her family and even Rohan is that her outfits are so revealing. She wears all these trends that are the bane of Rahul's existence. Even her fashionable tiger print bootcut bottoms and other pants in the film have major side slits to show some skin. But not only were her looks showing skin, they were skin tight. An example of this would be her look in the love song with Rohan, You Are My Sonia. In this look, she wears a tight-fitting pleather pants and a matching red top. Red is a color associated with romance, and it makes sense that their first real love song together would have Pooh in a red outfit. Pooh wears leather or pleather in other pieces in the film, making it a key part of her wardrobe. Pleather was seen on many pop princesses during the 2000s and was considered very fashion-forward. The look was in keeping with the more futuristic vibe, and also the film The Matrix was released in 1999 and was a phenomenon that made head-to-toe leather jackets even more on trend for the millennium. Number 4. Accessories. Flower chokers, scarves, and silver jewelry. Pooh always has something to accessorize around her neck, be it a flower choker, a scarf, an ascot, or a fur stole. While flower accessories have always really been popular in fashion, in the early 2000s there was this resurgence of flower pins, flower chokers, or flower brooches. The other fashionista during this particular era who took this trend and made it a staple in her wardrobe that comes to mind was Carrie Bradshaw. Yes, in the late 90s and early 2000s, Carrie wore a lot of flowers through the series, inspiring many other women to try this trend. But her character kept this up, even in the films and in the sequel series and just like that. So flowers as an accessory really became a part of Carrie's look, like the tulle skirts that she wore or her iconic Carrie necklace. Pooh also wore an ascot or a scarf in some looks that matched the color of the outfit that she was wearing, but she also uses a dupatta instead of a scarf in some instances. Because Pooh was a part of the diaspora, it is not shocking that she would use a dupatta on her Western looks. She would have a different take on fashion and would likely want to mix and match aspects of her Eastern and Western wardrobes. In fact, Pooh was ahead of her time. As we see now on TikTok, the dupatta has become the Scandinavian scarf on Western looks, guys. Pooh did it first. Hey guys, a quick reminder to like this video, comment on this video, and share if you're enjoying this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And now back to the video. Silver jewelry was the more popular jewelry choice during the Y2K era, reflecting millennial futurism. Pooh wears mostly silver jewelry throughout the film. We even see that in Pooh's Eastern outfit in the song Bole Churiya, her outfit has silver embellishments and she wears trendy silver jewelry pieces. Also, the diamond rings and earrings that Pooh wears often in the film flaunts that she does come from a more affluent background. Number 5. Color palette, sequins, animal print, and fur. Pooh's wardrobe color palette was very in keeping with the colors associated with the Y2K aesthetic, including pinks, icy blues, vivid orange, and lavender. Her sequin tops, fur stole, fur collars and cuffs, and blue pleather animal print jacket were pieces very typical of this era. The fur stole that she wore in this look came to be a major reason why the look is her most recognizable and memorable. It's so glam, it's so over the top, and the fur stole serves no function except despite being a fashion accessory. Pooh loved some fur detail. She wore a lot of trendy jackets with fur cuffs and fur collars. Although we may consider Pooh's style very over the top, it was also very distinct to her bold and confident personality. Pooh was not a wallflower or a demure girl of the 2000s. For instance, she is never seen in slip dresses that were also very popular at the time. Her look is trendy, it's posh, it's bold. Pooh is a fashion-obsessed college student following what was considered in fashion or trendy at the time. Her style is always very polished and put together, certainly not romantic or demure. Number 6, Eastern outfits. Manish Malhotra was arguably the most popular Indian designer for Bollywood in the early 2000s. Early 2000s trendy ethnic fashion included everything being fitted to the T: mermaid lehengas, pastels, net, strappy blouses, longer cholis, crystals and sequins as embellishments. When she does wear traditional looks, it's still infused with her more Western sensibilities, and this was done on purpose. For example, Pooh still wore her preferred asymmetrical top in her traditional Indian outfit. One of the most iconic outfits in this film is Pooh's peachy pink ombre sharara in the Bole Churiya song. At the 2023 NMAC India in Fashion exhibition, this outfit was included. I believe it was not the exact outfit that Kareena Kapoor wore in the film at the time, but Manish Malhotra, the designer, made a recreation as an ode to the original. There was a lot of thought process behind the choices that Pooh made regarding her Indian fashion. Manish Malhotra said this regarding Pooh's unique take on Indian fashion. In the early 90s, there were a lot of NRI, non-resident Indian exposure to Indian films. The youth were completely confused between orthodox parents at home and a different culture outside. It kind of made all these films we did. If you remember Kareena in Bole Churiya with the sharara with an asymmetrical top, his, Manish Malhotra's work, which mixed contemporary Indian fashion with Western elements, had an immediate connection with Indian women who had been born and brought up in the West. The peachy pink outfit that Kareena wore in Bole Churiya went on to become the ensemble every young woman wanted to wear at her best friend's Sangeet, especially if you were an NRI. At number 5, the orange halter top and tiger pants. I love this outfit, you guys, because it really reminds me of an outfit that a Spice Girl would wear. She's wearing this very vivid orange pleather halter top. It has an open back, but with buckle detail. So her sunglasses match her top. I think the best part of this look is this tiger image on the pants. These are bootleg pants with these huge side slits. One instance where she really has like an animal image or an image on her outfit. Number 4, the red outfit that she wears to Krish's school function. So this is like an Indo-Western look on Pooh. I feel it's so underrated because I would wear this look today. This is the more conservative desi daytime version of the You Are My Sonia look, if that makes sense. Am I making sense? Do you guys get the vision that I have? She is in a completely monochrome look again. She has this Western style pants and a strappy spaghetti strap crop top underneath, but she wears a dupatta with it and a desi style bag. Her look has sequin details on her dupatta and on the loose-fitting sheer kurta. And although she is showing skin, she is aware that this is her nephew's daytime school event, so she does cover up a little more, so I give that to Pooh. At number 3, the You Are My Sonia outfit. Guys, I love this outfit so much. It's still so trendy and cool to me. She wears a red jewel waistband that matches the strap on her backless crop top. And she also has some matching red nail polish and bracelets. People notice that the 2 bracelets on her right hand in this scene suddenly disappear in the club. Also in the scene prior where she wears 2 different heels. Which shoe do you honestly prefer from both these 2? Let me know in the comments. But as a follow-up, I wanted to see if she actually wore mismatched shoes in the song because I never really thought about it, and no, she has a completely different pair of shoes on. It seems like a strappy red platform heel, more conducive to dancing, I think. She also wears this matching floor-length red jacket for this look at the club. It has fur details again on the cuff and the collar, very Pooh, and also she added 2 rhinestones to her makeup look for this more dramatic effect. I want to talk about the matching phone that she has. It's a red original Nokia 8210, guys. I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember this phone. I do. Mobile phones and tech Like I said before, definitely part of the Y2K aesthetic. The 2000s were also the start of mobile phones and the internet. We were obsessed with tech as it was something really new. Suddenly, we could connect with people from all around the world. We did not need to be worried that our boyfriend may call us via the landline and our parents would pick up the phone. Texting was so exciting. Needless to say, mobile phones were a major accessory as well. For the kids, quick history lesson. Whose Nokia was a very cool mobile phone back in the day. They were released in 1999, and I think they don't exist. They've been discontinued now. And at the time, they actually had an array of colors like green, lavender, red, black, silver, and blue. And I'm pretty sure you could buy those cases to change the color on the front to match your outfit. Do I remember that correctly? I think so. Number 2, the pink asymmetrical top and pleather miniskirt. This is probably the look that is recreated the most from Pooh's wardrobe on social media today.
This is how I transform myself into Pooh from Kabhi Khushi Kabhie Gham for Halloween. This year, me and my friend Sana went as 2 different versions of Pooh. We weren't able to get a lot of good quality pictures, but this is all I got. This is the way it looked, and I'm going to show you guys how I got there. So first I started with the simple beige leather skirt. The top, I wanted to recreate her iconic asymmetrical top. I got a sequin tube top from Amazon. I just cut it diagonally to give it that like slit look. Then I added a pink denim jacket. She actually wears a leather jacket in the movie, but I couldn't find one. For her scarf, I really couldn't find anything that was as good as hers, so I decided to crochet it myself using fur yarn. I can make a separate tutorial video on how to do that, but this is how it ended up. It looks so cute. And I accessorized with this pink handbag and these super cute leopard print kitten heels from Zara and her iconic pink shades, and this is the final look. Hope this video was helpful.
Some of the most comical and important scenes with Pooh happens in this outfit. The scene with Rahul, Pooh at college, and the tell me how it was scene with Robbie are so iconic, and it was done in this outfit, so it makes this look even more special. Number 1, the Bole Churia outfit. So this peachy pink look is one of the most iconic looks from the film. I mean, it still looks good today. This was ombre as well, so despite being a sharara, the pants have this illusion of being the skirt, and the back of the outfit has these very cute crisscross details. Pooh wears metallic eyeshadow and glossy lips here. Her mehndi has glitter. It's very interesting, very pretty. I love that she's dressed so differently from the other characters in the song. The other characters are in these very traditional red, gold, cream looks. Her outfit choice was so true to her character. Y2K fashion is seeing a resurgence with the younger generation for many, many reasons. Although there will never be an exact repeat of the era, elements and pieces will be taken and adapted to now. Pooh has remained relevant and cool for generations. Everyone recreates outfits for Halloween and Bollywood parties. But why is Y2K fashion having a moment again? There are a few reasons that I researched, and I actually want to talk about them because they're very interesting. The first is that many millennials are now at the helm of fashion houses. The second is that TikTok content creators are now popularizing the aesthetic on their platforms. People are very chronically online now, and they want to participate in the trend. The third is that we exist in very turbulent and uncertain times. We are extremely connected online, and we see the struggles and challenges in the world. So naturally, there's this nostalgia for a simpler time that the Y2K aesthetic represents. Number 4, there is a re-emergence and appreciation of pop culture and celebrities of that era today through reboots of shows and remakes of film. In the same way, Pooh remains a comfort character for the Bollywood audience. With the state of Bollywood films today, there's a lack of filmmakers creating quality family dramas or romantic comedies that are fun and have heart. Although she's not a perfect character, Pooh does have a very heartwarming appeal that cannot be recreated today. Even upcoming actors in Bollywood want to be associated with Pooh, the character and the impact that she had on Bollywood film and fashion history. For that reason, Pooh will forever hold a special place in the Bollywood audience's nostalgic heart.